For ages, Indian society has held belief systems with a lot of pride. Today, even as a Ram temple pran pratishtha ceremony inches closer and there is a general environment of festivity and celebration, there's also a counter viewpoint that there is an attempt to mix politics with religion. Now, on one side, led by the RSS and VHP, that strongly believes that the Hindu way of life is culturally rich and there is nothing wrong in asserting one's religiosity, as religion plays a very important role in our everyday lives here. On the other hand, there is an equally vocal argument that the Constitution, not anyone's faith, singularly defines our identity as Indians. Cultural religious organizations like the RSS-VHP claim that the consecration of Ram Temple is a religious event and hence should not be looked at from the point of view of politics. Remember, it was the VHP that first raised the demand for a Ram temple in Ayodhya. BJP, in fact, backed it much later in 1989 with its historic Palampur resolution. The critics, on the other hand, say that this is just an extension of the BJP's political agenda and hence out and out a political program under a religious garb. This also provides opposition a perfect ruse to boycott it. That is what they say. Now, religion and politics in India are separate, but they are also inseparable, as we've all seen in the case of the Ram Temple. Today, we will decode these two narratives and understand why they are at odds with each other. Joining me are Vinod Bansal, spokesperson for the VHP, Vishwa Hindu Parishad, Rahul Verma, fellow CPR, Sadhvi Pragya Bharti, who's a spiritual leader and political analyst, and Sajan Kumar, who is also a political analyst. Vinod ji, let me start with you. Opposition का कहना ये है कि एक पर्सनल मैटर, रिलीजन, धर्म जो है एक पर्सनल मैटर होता है, उसको नेशनलाइज किया जा रहा है. ये फेथ का क्वेश्चन है या राजनीति का सवाल है. आप इसको एक पॉलिटिकल विक्ट्री देखते हैं या इसको एक सोशल मूवमेंट का कल्मिनेशन मानते हैं सर?
No, it is neither a political event nor a religious only. It is a socio-religious and the national matter, basically, we can say. Now, Ram has become the Rashtra. एंड इसीलिए हम कहते हैं कि ये राम मंदिर नहीं बन रहा, सिर्फ ये राष्ट्र मंदिर बन रहा है. बिकॉज हमें पूरे राष्ट्र की प्राणों की प्रतिष्ठा करनी है. आप देखिए ना जी, ये राम मंदिर की राम जी तो अपने 500 साल बाद अपने गर्भगृह में विराजमान हो रहे हैं, लेकिन उनके साथ ही साथ जो भारत का सोया हुआ स्वत्व है, स्वाभिमान है, और जो पराभव की तरफ चला गया था, पहले मुगल आक्रांताओं द्वारा, फिर अंग्रेजों के द्वारा, फिर अंग्रेजी मानसिकता के द्वारा, अब सबका पराभव होकर के राम जी की प्राण प्रतिष्ठा के साथ में राष्ट्र के प्राणों की प्रतिष्ठा हो रही है दोबारा से. अब मैं कहता हूं कि राष्ट्र का जागरण हो रहा है. संपूर्ण विश्व इस बात को देख रहा है कि ये गौरवमयी क्षण क्या है, आखिरकार राम क्या है, आखिरकार अयोध्या क्या है. वाई द बर्थ प्लेस ऑफ भगवान राम हैज सो मच ऑफ ग्लोरिफिकेशन. तो इस माध्यम से हम राम के जीवन चरित्र को, राम की शिक्षाओं को, राम के संस्कारों को, राम के रामत्व को जन जन तक लेके जाएंगे, विश्व भर में फैलाएंगे और विश्व को कर्णवंतो विश्वमार्यम के मार्ग पर लेके आएंगे. आप देखिए कि हमारा जो हेतु है वो सिर्फ राम मंदिर बनाना नहीं है. हमारा जो संकल्प है वो है कि राम में राष्ट्र बनाना है, राष्ट्र को राम में बनाना है. और देखिए, राम सबके हैं, सब राम के हैं. ये फीलिंग जन जन के अंदर पहुंचाना है. आप देखिए, चाहे कोई भी कास्ट, क्रीड, सोसाइटी, रिलीजन, मतपंथ संप्रदाय या उसके कोई अपने भाषा, विचार और रीजन्स को बिलोंग करता हो. आप देखिए कि ये जो 22 तारीख की सेरेमनी है, उसमें वर्ल्ड के 50 से अधिक देशों के जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स हैं वो आ रहे हैं. दुनिया के 100 से अधिक देशों के अंदर ये भव्य और दिव्य कार्यक्रम दिखाया जाने वाला है. वहां के मंदिर सज रहे हैं. भारत के मंदिरों की तो बात ही क्या. मैं अभी कल रात को ही झारखंड से लौटा हूं. 4 दिन के झारखंड प्रवास के दौरान मैंने जो देखा, वाकई आंखें मेरी जो है ना आश्चर्यजनक थी कि जो हमने सोचा नहीं था वो हो रहा है. धरातल पर लोगों को दिख रहा है. लोग इस बात को मान रहे हैं कि हाँ, मेरे राम लौट रहे हैं. लेकिन कुछ लोग हैं कि वो यही बात उनको सूल की तरह चुभ रही है. खैर, एनीवे, भगवान उनको सद्बुद्धि देगा और वास्तव में वो बैक टू पेविलियन आएंगे. राम सबके हैं, सब राम के हैं. इसीलिए जो रामद्रोही थे, जिन्होंने राम को इग्नोर कर दिया, उनको हमने निमंत्रण दिया कि हमें लग रहा है कि शायद हो सकता है कि अपने पापों का परिमार्जन करते हुए और उसको अपने अपोलोजाइज करते हुए राम जी की शरण में वापस लौट आएंगे. देखिए, राम तो सबके हैं. हम ये कहते हैं कि जो भी राम सबके पूर्वज हैं, चाहे वो किसी भी रिलीजन को मानने वाला हो, कोई मतपंथ संप्रदाय को मानने वाला हो. तो इसलिए ये जो रामत्व की प्राण प्रतिष्ठा हो रही है, न सिर्फ राम जी के मंदिर की प्राण प्रतिष्ठा हो रही है. जी,
राइट. Shukriya, Vinodji. This is an important point, that Vinod Bansal is making. Rahul Verma, I want to ask you this, be it the Kavad Yatra or Sabrimala or the celebration of Ram Temple, just like what Mr. Bansal was saying, these are activities that connect masses together. And sometimes, he's also talking about mass mobilization. So in India, we've also had figures like Mahatma Gandhi who have used very powerful religious symbols to talk about politics, to mobilize people. Can you explain to us how do you see, the evolving nature of, using cultural nationalism, in politics?
Thank you, Vasudha. See, I don't think politics and religion in India has been a separate entity, or for that matter, in most part of the globe. And the response that you have got from the opposition or from the BJP and its affiliate organizations are not surprising. BJP and its affiliate organizations are going to argue that this is not a matter of religion, but it's a matter of nationalism and those kind of things. And the opposition is going to say that don't mix religion and politics. So those are very, very natural responses. What seems to be happening in case of Ayodhya and this Ram Temple mobilization, at least as of now, I'm not talking about the 1992 or mobilization around that time. It's going to fuse many elements and identities together. It's no longer just going to be pure, simple religious mobilization of Hindus, but the BJP is going to make it as an issue of cultural and national mobilization.
Right. Ms. Bharti, there is this sense that it's not just the society, but clearly the BJP, VHP, because, these are organizations that have fought as part of Ram Temple agitation. So there is a lot of mobilization that's happening, and government machinery could also be involved at some level. Is that the reason why some people, think of politicizing the issue?
See, Vasundhara, I would say, first of all, the entire mood of the country is so positive. The country is full of positivity. The country and countrymen alike, they are in celebrative mode, right? And this is the time to right the wrongs of the past. After 70 years of historical injustices in this country, it is time to seek justice. After centuries of struggles and numerous sacrifices, today we have the opportunity to witness this day. The construction of Lord Ram's temple sends a message to the youth of India. It tells them how they should be. Just as upon his father's command, Lord Ram accepted exile. Today's politicians can take inspiration from Lord Ram. He was an ideal son, ideal husband, ideal politician. So Lord Ram was an exemplary example, But what the problem is? Dikkat kahan par aa rahi hai? Because these are the people, be it Rahul Gandhi, Akhilesh Yadav, Nitish Kumar, Didi, Lalu Yadav, who had not only halted Lal Krishna Advani's Rath Yatra, if you remember, but put him behind the bars. During their time, the Samajwadi Party fired shots. And now is the time for repentance, I believe. They should acknowledge their sins and seek forgiveness before Lord Ram. Unke paas to ek opportunity hai, I would take it in this way. That right. Lord Ram has presented them with the golden chance. There is no need to wait for an invitation. What kind of invitation is needed for the court of the Lord? If they go like sevaks, they will receive the boundless grace of the God. And this is the time to do it. क्यों ये politics करना है? Invite के ऊपर आमंत्रण निमंत्रण का राजनीति क्यों करना है? आप एक बात देखो ना. Who was that party who questioned Lord Ram's identity? Right? Who was that party who said Lord Ram is imaginary? Who compared Hindutva to Boko Haram and terrorism? See, when their power is lost, their language changes, their vocab changes.
Right. Let me take this question to Sajjan. Visit temples. That's an important point that Bharti is making. So, religion as a personal matter, and one doesn't need to wear it on his sleeve. This argument, and also talking about our identity being just about the constitution. How much do you think this viewpoint has resonance on ground? Because clearly there is, this attraction of Hindutva, and people do believe that as long as manifestation of faith is limited, why should, or at least it's not harmful, why should it be dismissed?
Yeah, so as far as religions is a matter of personal choice, it's just a point about that no individual should be forced or should be hindered from following one's faith or one religiosity, But that doesn't preclude the historical and social fact that religion, besides being a matter of faith, has always been also a matter of public square and public life and public discourse. And therefore, politics, which is a culmination of the social, economic, cultural, historical, and multifaceted aspects of society's life, certainly will have the religious element. So therefore, this very theoretical and a cliche that religion is a matter, just because religion is a matter of personal faith, doesn't mean that religion will not have a presence in the public life and public event. This is one. Two, a religious event is qualitatively different from a communal event. You don't have to be a religious or a follower of any religion to be a communal person. So when you see the construction of Ram temple, whether whatever be the calculation of BJP and affiliate organization, how do you determine whether this religiosity also has an element of communality? The fact is that this temple is being built after the judgment by the Supreme Court. So it has a constitutional, it has a legal mandate behind that. And since Ram Lalla is a child and therefore there has to be a trust to take decision on its behalf, and therefore that trust, whoever is dominating the trust is a different matter that depends upon the power configuration that is taking a decision. So if you do not want to communalize the issue of Ram temple on 22nd, the pran pratishtha occasion, the best way is to be a participant to the occasion.
Right.
Boycotting is an attempt to communalize, because religious event automatically doesn't become a communal event. You are making it communal by boycotting it, by making it an exclusionary and boycotting it, making it a very parochial, reductionist view. And that is why religion as a personal matter is one thing, but that doesn't preclude the fact that religion is also a matter of public sphere and public event, which we are going to witness on the second.
I'd like to get Rahul on this, but before that, Vinod ji, ये बताइए, ये सज्जन जी जो बोल रहे हैं कि boycott जो है वो एक एक्शन है जो इस पूरे इवेंट को कम्युनल बनाता है, लेकिन हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का प्रिंसिपल है सर्वधर्म संभाव. तो आपको लगता है कि जो कॉन्सेक्रेशन हो रहा है ये पूरी तरह से टोन और टेनोर में सारे धर्म को इंक्लूड करता हुआ इवेंट है?
डेफिनेटली. देखिए, ये वसुधैव कुटुंबकम का जो मैंने नाम लिया था, वो या ये को भी इसमें कर्णवंतो विश्वमारंभ की जो बात हम कर रहे हैं वो तभी तो कह पाएंगे जबकि हर कास्ट, क्रीड, सोसाइटी, रिलीजन, भाषा, मतपंथ, संप्रदाय, ये जो आपका जो टेरिटरीज, सारी वेरियर्स को जब क्रॉस कर देगा तभी हम कहेंगे कि ये इट्स ए ग्लोबल इवेंट. मैं आपको बता दूं, देखिए कि दुनिया का ऐसा कौन सा देश है जहां पर ये सेलिब्रेशन नहीं हो रहा. तो भारत का कौन सा एक क्षेत्र है, कौन सा ब्लॉक है जिसका रिप्रेजेंटेशन अयोध्या में नहीं है? आप देखिए, ऐसा कौन सा मतपंथ संप्रदाय है जो कि इस महान कार्यक्रम में नहीं आ रहा? आप मुझे बताइए कि ऐसा कौन सा संत है जो कि जिस अखाड़े का संत है जिसका रिप्रेजेंटेशन उसमें नहीं है? कौन सी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी है जिसको कि मतलब जो नेशनल पॉलिटिकल पार्टी है उनको छोड़ा है किसी को? हमने निमंत्रण सबको दिया है. और देखिए, पहली बार नहीं हुआ जी वसुधा जी, हमने पहले भी जब भी राम जन्मभूमि के जो मूवमेंट हुआ था उस समय भी कई बार ऐसे मौके पड़े थे जब हमने राजनीतिकों को बुलाए थे, तो सभी अक्रॉस द पार्टी लाइंस वी हैव इनवाइटेड ऑल दोस पॉलिटिशियंस, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली वन विल कम, वन यूज्ड टू कम एंड अनदर यूज्ड टू बॉयकॉट. तो ये जो चाल चरित्र चेहरा है वो मुझे लग रहा था कि अब चाहे, क्योंकि राम मंदिर बन रहा है तो भव्यता दिव्यता की ओर चाह रहा है, तो अभी कम से कम हम प्रायश्चित करके लौट आएंगे. लेकिन वो जो लास्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी है वो भी लगता है कुछ नेताओं ने मिस कर दी. अभी जब तक निमंत्रण नहीं मिला था तब तक तो ये कह रहे थे कि हमें निमंत्रण नहीं मिला. जब मिल गया तो कह रहे हैं कि क्यों मिला, हम तो नहीं जाएंगे. आप देखिए, जिनका नाम सीताराम है वो नहीं जाएंगे अयोध्या धाम, और जिनका नाम गंगाराम है वो बोलेंगे कि नहीं बोलने देंगे जय श्री राम. तो ये जो नाम है, इनके माता पिता ने जो नाम रखे थे पता नहीं क्या सोच के रखे होंगे.
और वो Rahul Verma, last word on this debate, on this particular issue. Do you see this whole separation between state and politics actually diminishing as we move forward, or do you think that this whole aspect about constitutional identity becoming stronger at some point?
Vasudha, I think Sajjan put it very well. And just to add to some of the things he was saying, the separation of religion and politics is basically, when we talk about this idea, it's about how state is going to respond and act in its policy making, which is that state is not going to discriminate anyone on the basis of religion. this idea that religion and politics is separate, which we are talking here, which is a matter of political mobilization, I think it does not happen in practice, right? In every sort of like society, and Sajjan was saying this, that what you will see in politics is manifestation of various elements of society. And if India, being a deeply religious society, or United States, which is also a deeply religious society, you will always see some aspect of religion always getting used in mobilization. And what is happening at this moment, you will have to understand that BJP somehow through and its affiliate organizations have managed to convince or at least create a perception that this is not a religious matter, but this is a matter of basically correcting the historical wrong. This is a matter of basically reasserting our national identity or cultural identity. I think the mistake that opposition seems to be making is not able to first understand this contemporary moment of Indian politics. And two, I'm okay with whatever position they are taking, but that position needs to be seriously thought politically and conveyed politically. At the moment, what seems to be happening, that opposition is giving knee-jerk reaction. It's becoming reactionary in politics. And once you do this, you are going to, perhaps I shouldn't say this, there is going to be a cost to this politics.
That's well said. There is a cost to being reactionary in politics. Thank you, Mr. Vinod Bansal. Thank you, Rahul Verma. Thank you, Ms. Bharti. And thank you, Sajjan, for joining us on this debate. Moving on, my colleague Tanishq has spoken to Ram Temple chief priest, who said that the ceremony on the 22nd of January is all about faith and spirituality, and those who want to do politics should stay away. Let's listen to what he had to say.
आचार्य जी, ये इसके बारे में क्या बताइए जरा। ये
श्री राम उपासना देख रहे हैं कि रामानंद संप्रदाय के अनुसार ही पूजा होगी, और इसमें रामानंद स्वयं रामे प्रादुर्भूतो शिव स्वयं, और इस प्रकार से हो रहा है। तो इसलिए पुस्तक छपा है कि किस विधि से राम की पूजा हो, और इसी के अनुसार राम की पूजा होगी, और यही इसलिए पुस्तक मिला है हमको। और इसी प्रकार से जो पूजा अर्चना राम को होगी, यहाँ राम की होगी, और चारों भाइयों की पूजा अर्चना होगी।
ये जो इसके अंदर विधि है वो 16 तारीख से ही है या फिर सिर्फ 22 तारीख की विधि है?
नहीं, यह 22 के बाद की है।
22 के बाद की विधि है? जी
हाँ, जब स्थापित हो जाएंगे भगवान रामलला वहाँ, तब उसके बाद इसकी जरूरत है।
आचार्य जी, एक आखिरी सवाल खाली आपसे, कई राजनीतिक दल 22 तारीख को आने से मना कर रहे हैं, उस पर आपको क्या कहना है?
हम कह रहे हैं कि वही यहाँ आएंगे, यही सरियावत बड़ी कठिनाई, और राम कृपा बिना आई नहीं जाई। जिन पर राम कृपा होगी वो आएंगे, जिस पर नहीं होगी वो नहीं आएंगे। जो राम को नकार रहे हैं, जो राम का अस्तित्व नहीं मानते हैं, जो राम के कहते कहाँ जन्म हुआ है, तो ऐसे लोग को आने की जरूरत भी नहीं है। और जो भक्त हैं और जिनमें श्रद्धा है, जो सनातन धर्मी हैं, वो आएंगे।
वो इल्ज़ाम लगा रहे हैं कि ये राजनीतिक मुद्दा बन रहा है।
तो राजनीति लगा दे रहे हैं कि राजनीतिक मुद्दा है, तो समझे रहे वो। और यहाँ तो मुद्दा धर्म नीति है, राजनीति नहीं है। यहाँ पर आस्था और विश्वास पर है, और भगवान के लिए जो समर्पित है वो अपना काम कर रहा है। उन्होंने शिला पूजन कराया, उन्होंने भूमि पूजन कराया, अब भव्य मंदिर बन गया है, और इसी तरह से उनके कार्य हैं। और जो राजनीति करते रहते हैं वो अपना करते रहें। यहाँ राजनीति नहीं है, धर्म नीति है।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आचार्य जी हमसे बात करने के लिए।
So earlier in the day, I spoke to Alok Kumar, who's a working president of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, and he has spoken about the opposition's denial to come for the Ayodhya temple consecration. He has also lashed out against the Samajwadi Party, specifically against Swami Prasad Maurya for bringing up the firing on car sevaks and in some ways justifying it. Let's listen to what he had to say. Sir, the politics of Samajwadi Party has been at odds with the Ram Temple movement, and we saw Akhilesh Yadav also, decline this invitation and actually make a very surprising comment that he doesn't know the ones who are giving the invite. And we also saw Swami Prasad Maurya actually justifying the firing incident, calling it a law and order action.
I'm not surprised that Akhilesh ji does not know me. I do not claim any privilege or status to be recognized. But then, this is like saying that because I do not know the postman, I will not accept the invite. The invite is from the Ram Janmabhoomi Tirtha Kshetra, not from me. A trust which has been created by the government under the orders of the Supreme Court. Probably you could not find a better excuse to say that.
Right.
And as far as Swami Prasad Maurya, it is reprehensible that after 33 years he stokes the fires once again and dares to justify the murders of the innocent Karasevaks. The Hindus will respond to it.